What if a country still flew fighter jets designed during the Cold War, yet remained one of the most dangerous military threats in Asia? North Korea's Air Force is often mocked online. Old MiGs, aging bombers, limited technology. But behind those outdated aircraft is a military strategy built around survival, infiltration, and fear. Today we're breaking down the real state of the North Korean Air Force. How strong is it actually? Can it compete with South Korea or the United States? And why does Pyongyang still invest in aircraft that many experts consider obsolete? This is the hidden reality of the Korean People's Army Air Force. But before we get started, I hope you bring your snacks to enjoy this video. Now let's begin. The Korean People's Army Air Force, also known as the KPF, is the aviation branch of North Korea's military. According to multiple defense estimates, the force operates hundreds of aircraft, including fighters, bombers, helicopters, transport aircraft, and even drones. Some estimates place the total inventory at over 500 combat aircraft, while broader counts including transports and helicopters exceed 1,000 airframes. On paper, that sounds massive, but numbers alone do not tell the full story. Most of North Korea's aircraft are based on Soviet or Chinese designs from the 1950s through the 1980s. Many are aging platforms that would struggle against modern stealth fighters or advanced missile systems. Still, North Korea continues to maintain one of the largest air forces in the world by aircraft count. Why? Because the mission of the North Korean Air Force is very different from what many people imagine. To understand the current condition of the KPF, we need to go back to the Korean War. North Korea officially formed its Air Force in the late 1940s with heavy Soviet support. During the Korean War, North Korean pilots flew Soviet-made aircraft such as the AK fighters and later the MiG-15. The MiG-15 became especially important during air battles over an area known as MiG Alley. Soviet pilots secretly participated in many missions while training North Korean and Chinese aviators. After the war, North Korea continued receiving military equipment from both the Soviet Union and China. During the Cold War, Pyongyang built a large military infrastructure focused on defending the regime from foreign invasion. This included underground hangars, hidden airfields, hardened shelters, and a dense network of anti-aircraft defenses. Well, even today, many North Korean air bases are designed to hide aircraft inside mountains or underground facilities. That strategy tells us something important. North Korea has never expected to dominate the skies. Its goal has always been survival. The KPF operates a mixture of Soviet and Chinese aircraft. Some of the oldest fighters still in service include the MiG-17 and MiG-19, known in Chinese production as the Shenyang F-5 and F-6. These aircraft are extremely outdated by modern standards. Many were originally designed during the 1950s. North Korea also operates MiG-21 variants and Chinese-made F-7 fighters. These are faster and more capable, but still far behind modern fourth and fifth generation fighters. The most advanced fighter in North Korea's inventory is believed to be the MiG-29 Fulcrum. The MiG-29 was considered a powerful aircraft during the late Cold War. It remains dangerous in certain situations, especially at close range. However, North Korea's MiG-29 fleet is small compared to the air forces surrounding it. South Korea, on the other hand, operates advanced F-35 stealth fighters, upgraded F-15s, and modern indigenous aircraft programs. Meanwhile, the United States maintains a huge technological advantage in stealth, radar systems, precision weapons, satellites, electronic warfare, and pilot training. North Korea also operates Su-25 ground attack aircraft. These jets are designed for close air support and low-altitude attack missions. In addition, the KPF still uses old bombers such as the H-5, a Chinese version of the Soviet Il-28. And yes, some of North Korea's bombers are based on aircraft designs that are more than 70 years old. But surprisingly, that does not automatically make them useless. Older aircraft can still launch missiles, deploy special forces, or operate as decoys during wartime. North Korea's military doctrine focuses heavily on asymmetric warfare. That means using unconventional methods to offset technological weakness. Most modern air forces focus on achieving air superiority. The United States Air Force, for example, prioritizes stealth, precision strikes, intelligence gathering, and long-range dominance. North Korea approaches warfare differently. The KPF is primarily designed for 3 missions. First, defending North Korean airspace. Second, supporting ground forces during a conflict. Third, infiltrating special operations units into South Korea. That third mission is especially important. North Korea possesses one of the world's largest special operations forces. Some military analysts believe transport aircraft such as the Antonov AN-2 play a key role in this strategy. The AN-2 is a slow propeller aircraft originally designed in the Soviet Union. At first glance, it looks completely outdated, but it has one unusual advantage. Its low speed and simple structure can make it difficult to detect on radar under certain conditions. North Korea could theoretically use these aircraft to insert commandos behind enemy lines during the early stages of a war. One of the biggest weaknesses of the North Korean Air Force is pilot training. Modern fighter pilots require enormous amounts of flight time. In advanced air forces like the United States, pilots train constantly using live exercises, simulators, electronic warfare drills, and multinational operations. North Korea faces serious limitations. Fuel shortages, sanctions, and economic problems reduce the amount of flight training available. Many analysts believe North Korean pilots receive far fewer annual flight hours compared to Western or South Korean pilots. That gap matters. Even an advanced aircraft becomes less effective if the pilot lacks experience. Maintenance is another issue. Keeping Cold War-era aircraft operational requires spare parts, technical expertise, and industrial capacity. International sanctions make access to components extremely difficult. As a result, some experts believe many North Korean aircraft may not be fully combat-ready at any given time. Still, the regime continues military exercises and public demonstrations to project strength. State media frequently releases images of leader Kim Jong-un inspecting aircraft, observing drills, or visiting air bases. These events serve both military and political purposes. Inside North Korea, they reinforce the image of a powerful state. Outside North Korea, they send a warning message to rival nations. One of the most fascinating aspects of the KPF is its infrastructure. North Korea has spent decades building hardened military facilities. Some airfields reportedly include underground tunnels connected directly to runways. Aircraft can potentially hide inside mountains before emerging for launch. Why is this important? Because North Korea knows its air force would likely face overwhelming attacks during the opening hours of a war. American and South Korean forces possess advanced surveillance systems capable of detecting and targeting military assets quickly. Underground facilities improve survivability. Even if many aircraft are destroyed, some may remain operational long enough to conduct retaliatory strikes, transport missions, or infiltration operations. This defensive mindset appears across nearly every part of North Korea's military structure. The country has built massive artillery networks, mobile missile launchers, tunnel systems, and hidden facilities. Survival is central to the regime's strategy. Although much of North Korea's air force is outdated, the country has recently shown increasing interest in drones and unmanned systems. In recent years, North Korea unveiled reconnaissance drones and aircraft visually similar to American UAV designs. Some analysts believe Pyongyang is trying to modernize selective areas of its military instead of replacing the entire air force. That approach makes sense economically. Developing drones is far cheaper than building a modern stealth fighter fleet. Drones can also support reconnaissance, artillery targeting, psychological operations, or even kamikaze-style attacks. North Korea understands it cannot match the United States or South Korea aircraft for aircraft. Instead, it focuses on tools that create strategic pressure at lower cost. Meanwhile, ballistic missiles and nuclear weapons remain the center of North Korea's deterrence strategy. For many people, North Korea's air force looks trapped in the past. Old MiGs, Cold War bombers, limited modernization. But military power is not measured by technology alone. North Korea combines its air force with missiles, nuclear weapons, underground infrastructure, propaganda, cyber warfare, and one of the world's most heavily militarized societies. That combination creates uncertainty. And uncertainty itself can become a weapon. Even if the KPF cannot dominate modern skies, it still plays a critical role inside North Korea's broader military strategy. It protects the regime. It supports infiltration and defense operations. And most importantly, it reinforces deterrence. Pyongyang does not necessarily need to win a war outright. It only needs to convince opponents that the cost of conflict would be extremely high.